to meet you the day after. But as he leaves, you were able to break open this small scroll case that you found on this one assailant. It had a couple of names on it, most of which were unbeknownst to you. But there was one that was rather familiar: Cecilia and Vesuvio. It doesn't take long for you to interrogate this individual, as she was also in the inn. And she tells you that she had little to know about what was going to happen. She had no idea it would reach such magnitude of a fight, and she is incredibly remorseful. You use this to your advantage, and somehow you're able to convince her that normally, should the plan have gone through without a problem, she would still have to meet with these people and pay them somehow. So now, you're venturing off with Cecilia into the dark alleyways of Newcrest Hill. She tells you it's nearby, about no more than half an hour walk from the Golden Goblet, but it is somewhere in an alleyway where most people would not venture into. You exited. The rain slowly stops as you do. Thankfully, you have your coats above you. It's still a little bit damp into the area, but you begin to follow Cecilia down the wet streets of West End. Your boots are covered in this grime. A lot of this litter came from the preparation of the festival. It's still relatively lively. There are a lot of people in the streets walking around at this time. While some of the news of this attack had spread out, not much people seems to have known about this whole debacle inside the Golden Goblet, unless they were in the immediate vicinity of the building. So you break your way through a couple of crowdspeople. It looks like it's 2, 3 hours before midnight, so it is very much nighttime, but which normally would mean the civilians would have gone home and rested. But because of the festival that ends Junrar, it looks like they're still here, out and about inside the plaza. You are led through these dark alleyways by Cecilia, going past a couple of the stalls on your way. And there seems to be a pathway which you guys have noticed before but never ventured into, uh, in between two very strange buildings. The two buildings look like they're abandoned inns. They're all very makeshift looking at this point. It doesn't look like anybody had purchased or maintained or used this building in a long time. And they're right beside each other. However, there seems to be a space in between, and Cecilia breaks through what looks to be like broken wooden beams of between the two buildings, and it looks like it reveals you into a small pathway that leads deeper still. This looks like a place where those who are less fortunate are staying. It seems to be a community. It's not just one small hallway and then it ends there. It looks like it opens up into another section uh, of very less fortunate people. You can see houses in here, no more than a single story, makeshift, made out of what is very weak material. You could see some of the people are just staying on the corner of the street with a couple of sticks with a burlap on top just to keep them safe from the rain, and their properties pretty much just on their person or a couple of boxes near them. And you are definitely sticking out like a sore thumb as you go through this dark alleyway.
How many bundles of people are there?
Um, in this path, there's about a 90 feet direction before you'd have to make a left or right. And just from
Mhm.
here, you can see about 8 people,
Yeah,
but
I
none
give
of them are interacting with one another.
I give them one gold each.
Oh,
Oh,
Cecilia keeps her head down. You go through, but you notice these people are struggling. You can see that they're all wet from the rain, even with their attempts to keep themselves dry. and you reveal 1 gold piece to a person. He's almost like below you, just keeping himself down from what's like a burlap on top of his head. And as soon as you gives you 1 gold, he grabs onto your arm and tries to ask for another. A couple of other people notice this as well, and seeing that there's this one person that's holding on to you, 2 people, one in front of you and one onto your left, about 15 feet away, make their way towards you very weakly. These people look relatively malnourished. They don't seem to be any physical threat, but they are just holding on to you, asking for more gold like beggars on the street, which they are.
I just make an echo near the girl with followings. What's her name again? Cecil?
Cecilia.
Cecilia. Teleport with it. Still give out the 7 others. But me and
Okay.
my echo look back.
Okay.
Oh, the fuck. Go a bit fast.
So Cecilia moves forward. You get a little bit left behind as one of these people grab onto your arm and you give out a single piece of gold coin. A little commotion comes through. You use your echo. You sort of just echo from one place to another, giving everybody a gold coin. The party is able to go through unscathed from this area, but as you look behind, the 8 people sort of gather together and forms like a rumble, grabbing the 1 gold piece from one another, and you can audibly hear like a weak, as if somebody's punching another for the gold coin, but it's relatively low energy. And you move forward. They get left behind about 20, 30, 40 feet until they're out of your sight.
I suppose does the rest of the party notice him doing that?
Yes,
Suppose they would,
definitely.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would. Definitely.
One gold show is a lot for them.
This is gonna say, Bragmar, I do understand your sentiment. I also feel very bad for them, but that that could have been a little dangerous, especially seeing where we're going. You know.
See, I agree. Drakmar, you need to be a little more tactful in these kind of situations, I think.
They
want
don't
them.
seem dangerous.
We don't
at
want
all.
them to follow us to that place.
Yeah, they probably know already what's going on.
That is
If
true.
they have one thing, is that they know what's going on in their little corner, since they're relegated there.
Meanwhile,
Just as you say.
Frigis is just receiving like envelopes full of cash over there.
No, if
As
nothing.
you as Brakmar mentions this, you do notice that these people, you've gathered a bit of attention to yourself. None of them seem to be a physical threat, but definitely they have all their eyes on you. Just as you end on after 90 feet, you do end on what looks to be not a dead end, but an end to this direction, and you'd have to make a choice between left and right. You look behind you, and they all have their eyes towards you. None of them moving, but definitely attentive towards where you're going. Cecilia looks at the rest of you and then says, I have to go into a corner here. They asked me to leave it on top of what looks to be an abandoned black wagon. I don't think they'd like it that I brought you guys with me, so I'm gonna go ahead. You can keep your distance, and I'm just gonna leave the money, or I'm gonna wait for someone to come to me. They didn't leave me much instruction, so I just hope you guys know what you're doing.
Don't worry, Cecilia. I will be with you. But they won't see me, of course.
Oh, okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
I cast invisibility on myself.
As you disappear, you hear an audible, and then she looks at the others. She says, "Is she still here?"
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh.
Oh.
And you can see like a
Oh.
sense of admiration that comes into play where her mind sort of goes away from herself. She says, You are pretty talented.
Invisibility, I'm beaming with pride.
She has this very big brown cloak above her head, and she puts it back on, covering most of her red hair. And she just moves forward ahead of you. She takes the path to the right. And the alleyway here isn't particularly tight. It's not like you have to walk in a straight line. It's about 10 feet wide, so two people can comfortably stand beside one another. You do notice that there is a lot of dirt and junk scattered throughout the floor. And there's this weird smell in this area as the rain had stopped. There's this acidic smell. You're not exactly sure if it's the smell of human piss or rat piss, but it has a piss-like element to it, and it's definitely not something pleasant. You notice old scruffled pieces of paper and leather off onto the floor, torn pieces. But it doesn't take too long before Cecilia takes another turn. After taking her right, she travels about 120 feet. Go ahead.
Before we take the turn together, I look back. I still see them. Like, you guys are all waiting where we left you.
Yeah,
You should be
just have my echo in between us and the people following us, but I still.
Wait, are they still following us?
They're not following, but they have their eyes on you.
And they're tracking us.
I thought that you
So
would
as
have dismissed the echo by now.
echo.
No,
No.
still up as a
stays
dissuasion.
there. The party
Okay,
stays behind between
follow.
the two pathways, and the echo stands in between the people who you just met and the party itself. Enderal, as you're walking through following Cecilia, just before you make a turn, make a perception check.
Come on, D&D Beyond, don't fail me now. Okay, 19.
Okay. Easily enough, you notice to your right as you were walking, there are a couple of holes in the wall, quite literally, where some families have begun to stay. Out of the rest of people, they seem rather harmless, and as soon as they saw Cecilia moving through, they sort of looked away and kept to themselves. But you did notice about 3 people from within one hole just give a very dark grin as Cecilia walks forward. They don't look particularly nice people. You'd see that in their teeth, it's not clean. Some of them are missing, and they seem to be armed with basic rudimentary equipment like daggers. And as Cecilia takes her turn, you see them elbowing each other and sort of gesture towards her direction. Do you do anything, or do you just continue and follow?
I prepare myself, but I don't do anything right now.
Okay. Cecilia makes her turn, and the rest of the party can't see her any further. Enderal follows, and it's quite a long way. You hear Cecilia under her breath just mention, "Are you still there? It's just ahead. I'm gonna go and put it down now."
Hey, be careful. Those guys in the house seemed to notice our presence.
All right. She moves forward. She goes towards the wagon, what looks to be just really broken down, missing a wheel on the right side of the street. There doesn't seem to be any facilities in this area, but the pathway does lead quite forward, more than about 200 feet. But there's no directions left and right from here. And there's no particular establishment either. It's literally just a hallway and a wagon off onto one side. She goes towards the wagon. She comes forward. She lifts out her gold pouch, which you can see is quite enormous, as she's already paid half of the amount initially. She still has to pay 125 gold pieces more. And she just picks it up, with a little bit of a strain and drops it onto the wagon. But before she could let go, you see out of the wagon an arm reaches out towards her. And this very big, bulky, thin-haired man comes through and just sort of leaps out of this wagon. And he's ginormous. By ginormous, I mean like 6'3", 6'4", by human standards. And he goes, I didn't think you'd come tonight. Did you enjoy the little show? Cecilia just mentions, I don't know what's... I was just told to leave the money here. And the guy just cuts her off and says, So, it looks like the madam isn't here tonight. Where is she? Is she still out playing with her food? And Cecilia doesn't know what to do. She ends up silent. The guy then whistles a second. And from behind Enderol, you can see the guys that were grinning earlier comes forward. 3 of them in total, blocking Cecilia's exit. But they don't notice you at all, because it's not like a narrow pathway. You were able to just easily move aside if you wanted to. And
I
3
got my
more
hand ready on my sword.
3 more others come from the other side. The guy asks, So it looks like you come from money. I'm sure if you wanted to keep your head, you'd find us a way to get more. And Cecilia doesn't know what to do. She flusters, she panics, and the guy pulls out this big mace from his side. The mace head is pretty much the size of a human head. And he lifts it above her head, and she flinches, and he smiles and laughs, and basically coerces her to get more money. You could see Cecilia visibly looking left and right, but she doesn't say anything else. You hear the guy say, No one's gonna save you tonight, dear.
Okay. I touch her and I cast invisibility on her.
Oh.
Yeah. So she disappears. I reappear. And I'm just like, I'm gonna try to intimidate since I just appeared out of nowhere.
Can you
I'm just like,
cast it?
I can, but I only have 1 extra spell slot left. So
Okay.
I kinda say, You're not taking anyone's money tonight, fiend.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage. And straight check, because you came out of nowhere. Even with his confidence, it does catch him off guard.
14.
Okay. As you reappear and sort of to make a sense of bravado into the area, the guy just sort of gets pushed back a little bit, lets go by accident. He's no longer holding on to Cecilia. She does disappear. And his shock and awe face suddenly turns into a grin. And he's like, Ah, the blessing comes to us tonight, boys. And the guy's going, I don't know what you did with the other girl, but I prefer shorter women anyway. And he just lifts his mace above you.
Another spell, if I can. I cast Skywrite. And I just, in the direction from which we came, so that they can probably see it, I write, Now, come!
It's quite visible because everyone else is there. There's no rooftop in this area, and suddenly, even from like peripheral vision, you definitely see the message above you for the rest of the party.
Now I have barely any spell slots left, so this is gonna be...
I know, right? It's like...
Invisibilities right away.
I mean...
It's like, when we come in, it's like, you're like, it's your turn, guys. I'm done.
Start running.
It starts running.
But probably gonna stop soon, because I don't know the direction. And even if I will come very last, because I have 20 feet of movement.
Okay,
All right.
I'll run right after Bragmar runs, and then I outpace him.
Okay. Does everyone else have 30 feet movement?
Should be.
I have 40.
Oh, you're.
Oh, okay.
It's as fast as me.
Okay. So, with the two of you rushing forward, you see Brakmar react first and just move towards a corner, but you can see he's visibly slower even with the dash. It's still only 40 feet. The rest of you follow, but Fridges almost ninja walks towards the area much faster than the others. And Fridges is the first one to come off into a corner. And you can see from there that there's 3 thugs sort of blocking the path, but past them you see Endero with one big guy looming over him with a mace, as if she's about to get smacked on the side of the face.
So 4 in total.
Need any help?
Yes.
Whole person at the big one.
All right. Okay, before we do that, you just get super what more, and then suddenly it breaks out. Roll for initiative.
Yay.
Awesome.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, boy.
Nice.
23.
All right. Very, very quickly setting up a map for you. So if you want to go get water or something, now's the time to do it.
Do I still have the
Oh.
food effect that gives me +1 to save? Oh god.
The food from forever ago.
Well, you haven't slept yet, so yes, you still have it.
Okay. Wow.
You want us to roll on D&D Beyond, right?
Yes, always.
Okay. It's fine. In your guys' in your campaign, I good roll. I roll good on D&D Beyond, so it's fine. My other campaign, I gave up on D&D Beyond. It's dog shit. I roll so bad. All of the RNG from the game I play, like most hours, just deleted for this one. So it's okay.
All right, here we go. Tell me if you can see.
I cannot see.
Why is that?
I see our tokens in like a formation down there, but everything else is black.
Everything is black.
Oh yeah, we have tokens into the void.
No, I only use that to remember your character sheets for when we don't. Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay, does anything change?
No.
Still black.
Where does Cecilia go now that she's invisible? Can we say that she ran a bit away?
We don't know. Maybe she's a 20 level wizard.
I don't want to accidentally swing. Well, I'll probably look at Andriel and ask, like, where's she?
Maybe she's like a.
Somewhere?
Maybe she's a level 20 wizard who knows dimension door, and she probably teleports away already.
Yes, exactly. That's probably it.
Yeah, the assassination hit is just because she doesn't want to dirty her hands.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know why this isn't loading as it should. Is it? Do you guys see anything yet?
No.
Just
No.
void.
Just like real life, there's only darkness.
Okay, there we go.
Have you guys tried these cookies? Sweet Olav brand. My wife made them. Oh, you can't see it.
It's not focusing.
She has her own brand.
It's a cute picture. It looks like something that from the Doraemon artist.
What is that?
It's a cookie.
Doraemon?
Oh wait. Yeah,
my wife made
Doraemon.
1,000 cookies that I brought to Norway and to give out.
Wow.
Oh. I wanna go Norway. I wanna see all the green stuff and the white stuff.
I have never seen a snow in my life.
Yeah, me neither.
You are not alone, my friend.
Oh! I saw snow once when I was in Japan. It was like powder snow for like half an hour. I was like, oh, look at this thing falling from the sky. Is this snow?
That's still something.
Yeah, right. Achievement unlocked.
Okay, here you go. I got it to work. I don't know why that happened. It usually doesn't.
I see like a frame, but no map.
Yeah, see a frame.
You guys see things?
A line in the darkness.
Yeah.
I'm still black.
Is it like GM and player? Oh yeah, there. Now we can.
Where is it?
Sounds like a layer problem.
Where is it?
Oh!
This app updated
There it is!
And I think it made quite a few changes.
Left, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, just zoom out and you see it.
I'm too far in. Oh wow, it's pretty big.
Yeah, it is quite big.
And the big G you say let there be light.
And we're not even starting from the start point. Oh no, that means if we're running away, we have to run very far.
We're not running away.
Who's running away?
Yeah.
I guess it's not that big.
So what if there are 12? Just won't get hit.
So where were we from and where were we going?
Hello?
I suppose this is where we'll be going.
We're going towards Enderal. I mean, at least for now.
What is going on?
Yeah, what is going on?
Nothing is working with this VTT tonight. I don't get it. I've used this 1,000 times.
Oh no.
Let me refresh.
I mean, I can see the map.
You can see the map now, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yes.
we see the map. Yeah. At least there's that.
What is going on? Sorry for the delay.
Nah, it's alright.
It's fine. I'm doing cosmetic changes.
Cosmetic changes.
On the stream. It's like, okay, let's move this
There
here.
you go.
Hello, everyone who's watching, by the way.
Hello, everyone who's watching.
Sometimes I do forget that we are streaming.
That's okay. It's only been 3 sessions.
2?
3 sessions.
3. But yeah, there was one session we didn't stream because. Oh no, that was the first one when I said I wanted to stream, but then didn't get it ready yet.
Okay, there you go.
The big guy's there.
The big guy's there.
We are in the walls. No, I'm not in the walls. What you guys doing in the walls?
We're stealthing.
Parkour.
Parkour.
I slipped.
Oh no. Alright.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Fridge is the one that makes the corner really quickly. Elizabeth would be here about 20 feet behind because of the dash. And Brakmar, unfortunately, would be significantly slower.
Could I have my echo token?
Oh, yes, of course.
So I could move it once it's my turn.
It's not like Brakmar is the best fighter in the group or anything.
Yeah.
I'm the only fighter.
You can just teleport with your echo, right?
Yeah, that's the idea.
And I heal out pieces.
I just picked a random mini, so this one is your echo. Just ignore its stab if you see it.
Perfect.
It's a cutie.
Alright, so it didn't roll. What did you guys roll for your initiative?
15.
15. Fridges?
23.
23, okay. Enderal is 14.
14, yeah.
And Elizabeth is
9.
9, okay. Alright. Ready your volumes because this is gonna blast through your stereo.
Uh-oh.
So
Already at 10%.
Alright.
Where are you playing music from?
Website.
Okay.
Okay, with that, you see that this guy gets a hold of Enderul, and he has this gigantic mace. He seems to be bigger than the rest of these guys. I've put a border on him with orange so that you could see him from the others. The others don't seem as large. They seem to be relatively smaller, wearing only like weak daggers, but they are quite a few in number. You don't know where Cecilia is at this point. All you know is that Enderul had cast invisibility on her, and
they
this
don't
guy
know
just
that.
raised...
Yeah, we don't know that.
Oh yeah, they don't know that. Only Enderul does. But you don't see Cecilia in the area anymore. The guy in front of Enderul raises his mace, ready to smack Enderul on the side of the face, when Lisbeth comes from behind. And Frigis comes from behind, and she gets to act first. Frigis, what do you do?
Okay. Now, let's see here. Yeah.
Far away. Still
I
quite
would
away.
like to cast at these those three guys will have to make some saves because I cast magnified gravity.
All right, these three.
Yeah, they have to make
Okay.
a Constitution saving throw 14.
Okay.
DC 14.
All fail.
Yeah, nice. Now they take
10d10 damage.
10d10 exactly.
Nice.
8 for... Was it force damage? Hold on.
So
Probably.
average.
I think so.
Yeah, 8 force damage, and their movement speed is half until the end of its next turn.
Okay. Does that thing persist? Does that effect on your spell persist for a long time, or is it just like one round?
I do believe it's 1 round.
Okay.
Any
Any
object that isn't being one or carry it requires.
Is it concentration or not?
No, it's not concentration. Duration
Then-
1 round.
Yeah, then just the blast.
Okay.
Bam.
Just moves
That's my
forward.
turn.
You can see that in her area, suddenly there's this like drop of energy as these guys suddenly just fall down to their knees, and you can see even the clothes are being dragged down a little bit more, and you hear this grunt from the three of them, and Enderul sees this clearly even from behind. But then,
Where's she?
Ooh!
guy.
I'm here!
This guy sees this, and with half of his movement moves forward. He pushes forward and dashes towards you for his action. With that, it's Brakmar's turn. What do you do?
I will first use my movement.
All 20 feet.
All 20 feet.
Massive amount.
I can barely see the edge of him, so we'll summon my echo here. I mean, just at Frigis, but then move it up a bit, and it will go for some strikes with its gigantic. I have a crow's beak, so like a bit, one side hammer, one side axe, one side pike. Spikes, I mean. My call it looks like it has a gigantic axe instead.
Okay.
Why did everyone disappear when I used my ruler?
It's buggy tonight. I don't know what it's doing. You probably have to refresh your page.
Not 20.
Ooh.
Hey!
Nice.
No mercy!
over
Alright.
Yeah. $28 damage.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh! How do you do it?
Just
Smack.
Alright. This guy just, you feel him in his body moves a little bit lower, and each step sort of trudges down, and causing the sound as it puddles of water in front of him just go. He eventually makes his way towards Frigis, but before he can even raise his weapon towards her neck, suddenly Brakbar moves forward and this echo comes through, appears and apparates in front of him. Just his head rolls to the floor, and you still see his expression go. And eventually the blood fades. It goes, and that ends him. What else do you do?
I should be fine. And my echo will stay here, so I have it in the visual.
Okay.
No more targets.
Right. And Earl, you could see definitely that one guy lost his head with the echo of Brakmar, as these guys are both kneeling down with the effects of the gravity. What do you do?
You are outmatched, thug. Surrender at once.
I'll make you surrender.
Okay, I guess. I just stab at him with my saber. I slash at him with my saber.
Go ahead.
Oh, 13.
You can see that he's wearing this leather cloak, and as you stab your rapier through, it gets caught in a bit of the chainmail. He's wearing chainmail that the others are not, so it doesn't go through.
He's wearing chainmail.
Yes.
Okay. Merde. Slash again.
Go ahead.
17.
The tip of your blade first time gets caught in between the links, and the sword gives you. But then you pull it back quickly and realign it, and goes through this time. And he just goes, looks at you, and his grin just fades away. Go ahead, roll for damage.
6.
Alright. Okay, it's not a lethal wound, but definitely wounds him still. Mm-hmm. What else do you do?
Good job, Frigis. You got this. And inspiration for you.
Nice.
Nice. I feel so inspired.
Oh yeah, Will.
Alright. Okay. You end your turn?
Yep.
Alright, with that, you stab him once, and these guys definitely saw from behind that their companion just lost his head, quite literally. So instead of moving forward towards you, they sort of just crawl their way through, just falling down, tripping over by themselves.
Okay.
Every now and again, just moving forward. And they are facing you, and they have their weapons drawn, but they are withdrawing from your direction.
So their backs are to Enduro.
Their backs are to Enduro, and they're taking the dodge action, what looks like. Okay, Elizabeth, what do you do?
Yes. Well, I'm going to run past the echo up to, I think, here. In that. How do I select again?
Yeah, just I just did by the squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, there I press escape. Alright. So until here, and then I'm going to pull the dead on him. It should reach him 60 feet, and everyone's caught again. But
which are you aiming for?
This guy, the tall guy in front of Endro. So
okay.
I will pull the dead.
That's the wisdom save, is that correct?
What the
wisdom saving throw, yes. He saves it, unfortunately.
Darn. And it's a cantrip.
Yeah, not
even a half. Oh well. I yell at them. No, I will yell at him like, leave the lady alone. The lady that's stabbing you. Leave her alone.
He has this sword stabbed down right through him, and he's focused on you. He just glances you for a second, and then just focuses back on Endero.
Okay. Alright, yeah, that is my action. Oh, bonus action. I shall... Oh yeah, it is a cantrip, so I can cast another spell. I'm going to cast... Where is that?
Virtual weapon.
Yeah, suddenly I'm wondering if I actually should. I mean, it'll make the fight faster. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon, 60 feet. This time it's going to be in front of those people. And it'll attack once it doesn't hit. Over here, in front of, yeah.
Okay.
So that's my whole turn.
Alright.
13 doesn't hit, right?
14.
Oh, yeah, 14.
Oh, 14.
Oh.
Is this 13 or 14?
13,
no,
but
no,
she.
it is 13. 14 is my special weapon thingy.
Oh, okay, alright.
Yeah, it is 13.
13 actually does hit.
They were dodging, so it would be a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yes.
Oh, well, never mind.
I knew that. I was just about to say. Go ahead, roll your spiritual weapon again, Nelly.
Oh, wait. Do you want me to roll again for disadvantage?
Yes, because 13 hits, so let's see if you
13
miss.
hits. Okay, I thought you said 14 hits. Sorry.
No, 13, sorry.
Oh, nice. So I actually do hit.
Yeah, you do.
Wow.
Alright.
Nice. That's a disadvantage.
Which one are you aiming for? This one or this one?
Yeah, the one that is closer to Enduro.
Okay. Okay. How does your spiritual weapon look like?
The shovel.
Okay.
Sword and shield.
The shovel comes through, just flies towards the guy, and it sort of just whacks him straight onto the shoulder. He goes, shovel flies backwards and just floats in space in front of him.
Alright.
Okay. With that, the guy in front of Enderal sort of just laughs and he says,
He runs away, right?
not quite. He says, you are coming with me. And he tries to bear hug you down. Make an acrobatics or athletics check.
Ooh, acrobatics, please. 22.
Ooh.
22. He just sort of grabs towards you, but you're able to step aside. But he just grunts and does it again. Make another one.
14.
Alright, it matches, which means no change. He's able to grab onto you, but you're able to push yourself away. Nothing happens.
Get your filthy paws off me.
I do like a woman who fights back. Is all he says, like a creep. These guys move forward. This one actually dashes through and ends up on top of the wagon next to you.
Right, that's the wagon.
These two look like they're ready, and they pull out their daggers and are ready to throw it at any point. With that, Frigis, what do you do?
I would like to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and 40. And I draw two throwing knives under my cloak and then
Go ahead.
I throw dart.
Oh my gosh, guys!
Nice.
Whoa, max damage!
Oh my god.
Damn.
Nice.
Which is your target for this?
That the one in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. 11 damage. That's the first one, and the second one shall follow.
Hits?
Second one.
You still had disadvantage.
Ooh,
Oh, that's right.
Wait, why do I have disadvantage?
They dodged.
No,
They
there's-
dodged?
You spooked them too much with the spell. They dodged.
Oh, yes, you're right. They're still on dodge. They haven't started their turn yet.
They're scared from the echo, excuse me.
Okay, 5 damage it is.
Not 11, it's 5. You're right.
5 damage it is.
Make another one with disadvantage.
Now I'm sad.
It's not 2 20s.
I know, right? Just roll 2 20s.
Still hits.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Alright.
And
Points of damage.
second one and third one as a bonus action. Oh wait, disadvantage. Sorry. Oh, come on! Come on!
Now you just have to put them together.
If you roll 2 20s, too bad.
I'll roll again because I'll roll the damage again. It's just 2 because it's offhand weapon attack.
Okay.
I end my turn. I'm sad.
Okay.
Oh, don't forget your inspiration, man.
What can the inspiration do again?
Attacks,
D8.
saving throws, and damage.
Ah. Oh, damage.
Next time you crit, you use it.
Ah. I'll save it. I'll save
Next
it.
time you crit outside of a disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay.
Moves forward, throws three darts, and it lands onto the guy's chest. It doesn't exactly pierce through him, but it does hit him on the chest, and he pulls it down. He's still alive and breathing. It looks like he would have been able to dodge this, but because of how gravity has affected him so much and winded him down, he wasn't able to. Brakmar, what do you do?
I will, since everybody else is moving, should be safe to do so. So my echo will move 30 feet. And then I will switch with it as my bonus action, costing me...
To be able to see it?
No. It cost me 15 feet of movement. It's not half, it's 15. So now I have 5 left.
Almost there, man.
Almost there.
Almost there.
I am here actually because I have reach.
Oh,
Oh yeah. They
Oh.
I will attack the one guy with the darts in him.
Go ahead. Still with this.
Actually, no. Frigis has them. It's okay. I will dash instead. She's in control.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in charge.
I will move 1, 2, 3, 4. So this guy has an attack of opportunity on me. Sorry.
All right. What's your AC?
17.
Oh. He
Just like
pulls
my
out his
echo.
dagger and try to go towards your throat, but you calmly and coolly sort of just move your head aside. Just goes wide. These guys
Totally
don't look
that.
like they're experienced.
It's not like I didn't notice at all. And I end my turn and my echo disappears.
Okay.
I just put it on the side for later.
With that, end a roll. What do you do? The guy in front of you is trying to grapple you down. There's one just above the cart trying to reach down for you as well.
Okay. Do I get a sense of where Cecilia is right now?
You do. She's somewhere between this area.
So she didn't get far.
No. Even with her, even without your connection or concentration with spelling, you hear sort of as if she was trying to move through but couldn't.
Okay. I'm gonna try to intimidate again, but with flair, okay? And so I just say like, "Oh, you pissed me off now. Time to unleash my secret ability," and I start to cast Major Image.
Okay.
And I make it appear that I kind of deform and that tentacles sprout from my arms, and I just become this monstrous being in front of them.
Knew it.
All right. Good. Roll 4 intimidation.
Can I get advantage?
Do this with advantage for sure.
Thank you. Oh no.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
Oh no. Take your inspiration back.
yeah.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah.
With a 12, it looks like nobody is phased by it.
I'm just
Just Brakmar. Quick thugs, we must unite against the demon.
okay.
Brakmar starts attacking you instead.
Oh, that was my YOLO action. Cecilia is no longer invisible.
Oh no, then she is
Oh.
now appearing here. Then you hear her audibly go, "Huh?" as she begins to look at her hands. She's visible again.
It's safe. Brakmar is there.
Okay.
That's my end.
That-
That's my turn.
Okay. With this guy who's tired, he is no longer tired, and he's no longer dodging. He then looks towards you and sees that you're massive. He instead goes for Cecilia.
Reaction.
Oh, you.
Huh?
He attacks an ally. I smack him down.
You
With the
can
hammer.
actually. He was actually gonna grapple her down, but that counts as an attack. Go ahead.
26 to hit.
Ooh, hit for sure.
Yeah. 12
Okay.
piercing.
All right. You strike down your weapon towards him as he reaches for the woman. You see this huge gash onto the right of his shoulder. You see
Nope.
pieces of the leather armor go disappear. How do you attack?
I just no. Try to stop him.
He screams in pain, but he reaches out for the woman anyway. And he sort of like,
Yeah.
you know, the hostage situation.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he does. He moves right behind her and just uses her as a shield. For his next attack, he tries to swing his mace at you while he has the woman in front of him. Goes wide, unfortunately. What is up with my rules?
I mean, I'm happy with
Could-
it.
Yeah.
Could I take the hit?
You can if
Like-
you want.
So like, as if the fact that he has her worked. So I will let him hit me.
Okay.
So he can feel safe in the fact that he has a hostile. I won't do anything to him.
Okay. Because you actively let him hit you, he lands a pretty solid shot onto your shoulder, which is just 9 points.
-1 because of the Brigantian.
Yes.
So 8.
Okay. With that, it's this guy's turn. He has these 3 darts in front of him. He sort of panics. He sees that he can't get anywhere. He sees you, and he just goes, moves towards you and tries to stab you with a dagger twice. What's your AC currently? Did you blade song?
16 with mage armor. No, I
Oh.
didn't have my blade song active.
Both hit?
Uh,
You really pissed him
Uh,
off. The first hit, he just grabs his dagger, just stab against you, just goes through your clothing, hits you for 4 points of slashing. And the next one hits you for a total of 7 points of slashing.
okay.
So 4 and 7 for
4
a
and
total
7.
of 11.
11?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And he ends his turn. Now it's Lisbeth. What do you do?
Okay, guess I'm gonna move my my
Into the
spiritual
fight.
weapon into here and smack onto this one. There's no disadvantage or anything, right? Because he's interacting with Cecilia.
You can double click the icons and it'll show everybody.
Oh wait, sorry. This
No
one.
problem. I know which one you're talking about.
Yep.
Alright.
There's
Go
no
ahead.
disadvantage on him, right?
Nope.
Oh.
Get advantage since he's busy holding on to someone.
Boy. He's holding onto Cecilia. He sees the shovel come off from the corner. It already hit him once before, and he just sort of just uses Cecilia as a shield, goes wide, hitting the side of her hair, but doesn't really impact her at all.
Yeah, never mind. I'll just I mean Cecilia is probably more in danger than Enderil is, so I'm going to toll the dead him before
think so.
I run over.
Okay.
Don't think so.
You're talking about the same guy,
Yeah,
right?
the same guy. I'm gonna toll the dead him. Where is that?
Poof.
Did it hit?
Go ahead. You rolled a natural one.
Oh, nice. 9 damage.
He's already hurt, so it's D12s. Remember.
Okay.
That's right. 2d12.
Is there a way for me to change it over here? Or I guess not.
Nah, you need to click twice on the D12s.
D&D Beyond. You have so many players. You can click the dice logos at the bottom of the chat box.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's unfortunate.
That's unlucky.
That's
Aw.
really.
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. It's something. But yeah, and I end my turn here.
Inside his mind, these bells begin to ring, and he's just holding on to Cecilia, just sort of flinging his mace around, preventing anybody from coming closer. When suddenly, from the side of his ears and his eyes and his nostrils begin to go puffing out blood. But he still stands. With that, it is now Enderil's main guy. This guy
shit.
sees this, and then he looks up towards the guy onto the cart, and he just sort of gives him a nod, and he grapples you once more. It looks like, since there's two of them and these tentacles come through, it does make it a little bit harder to catch you, but they have an advantage. It looks like they're used to grabbing people. So for his first one, make an athletics or acrobatics check.
15?
Even with both of them working together, you still manage to get away. And he goes, "No, you don't!" And he reaches out one more time, and the other guy tries to reach down for your collar. Try one more time.
22!
Just don't get hit.
He just really doesn't. He was like, "What is going on?"
The tentacles are really distracting.
The tentacles he thought was part of you, he just hand goes through the air. Nothing happens. And he just talks to the guy on top of the cart and just, "You get her!" And he just tries to do the same thing. Make two more. Make an acrobatic check again, please.
Oh no. 10.
Oh
Still
no.
present. One more.
19.
Alright, this time he got you.
Oh no.
So after 6 attempts of grappling you, 4 of which are with advantage, the other one is able to grab you by the collar and just sort of pull you up, and it grapples you down. With you grappled, against your will, he sort of just tries to pull you up here, and that causes him to lose all his movement, because getting up is like half movement, so that's it. He pushes you, pulls you up into the cart, and everybody can see Enderil's like legs flailing upwards into the container, and then disappears.
Oh no, Enderil, you were the chosen one.
I'm still concentrating on my spell, by the way.
On top or inside?
Well, no damage, so you can still concentrate.
Yeah.
Without problem. Yeah. So you still have these tentacles just flailing around while you're inside the cart.
But inside the cart, not in.
Is it armor off, I
okay,
guess?
No, it's just major image.
Oh, major image,
Yeah.
okay.
This guy comes forward.
That's a warlock spell.
I got this, boss. Comes forward and foolishly comes towards Brackmore. He pulls out what looks to be a nail house dagger, a dagger that's really long. Just tries to strike you twice, both of which just land onto the Brigandine, but it doesn't pierce through. Like, he's just really trying to push it down in there, but nothing is happening. This one tries to move forward and just shouts towards this guy, "Come on, give her to me! Give her to me!" And And that ends his turn as he takes the dodge action. Okay. With that, it is back to Frigis. What do you do?
God damn it, there's so many people! I'll start with you then. Stab 2 times. With my rambling rolls.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. 1d4 acid. It doesn't.
It showed for me.
How much?
8 plus 2.
Okay.
For a total of 10. So this guy had to come forward towards you, tried to stab you twice. It took all your efforts not to get stabbed in a vital organ, and you pull out your rapier, you strike him. How do you do it?
Nice.
Uh.
Another one down.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it lethal, so a modest stab in the leg.
Why?
Okay.
I mean, we've already killed one.
Yes.
Okay, this guy's still alive.
So you spared thugs but not priests. Okay.
Can I see? Can I see this guy in the wagon?
Unfortunately, with you could, but with difficulty. He gets half cover from you. He's already above you. Plus, there's people in front of you. Well, actually, yeah, I'll say half cover.
I'll do this instead then. Because I'm a blade singer, I can cast a cantrip when.
Sure.
I cast frostbite on the guy holding Cecilia.
Okay.
Let her go, you creep!
What save?
Constitution save. Constitution 14.
Unfortunately, it looks like these guys are used to the rough life. You can see parts of the environment begin to icicle or freeze up, and you see his like very thin beard gets these icicles at the end, but he goes unaffected.
Then, can I still attack with my offhand weapon?
I'm not sure about the Blade Singer. Yes, because you took the attack action. I just don't know if the spell is counted as an attack or a bonus.
His spell counts in his multi-attack because of his Blade Singer.
Yeah, then yes, you can, because you took the attack action to attack initially.
At this one, I probably have like 2 left.
Hey!
Nice.
Finally!
Remember? Oh no, wait. Did he use it already?
Oh
No.
right. I'll roll the damage first then.
4,
It's
7.
it's 4. It's 4 because offhand and.
Not the modifier.
How much is the inspiration?
D8.
A D8.
Can you use it on the
Yep.
damage? That type of bard, right?
Yep.
I'll use it on the man. Does it crit?
Yep.
Yeah.
it should-
Just to die. That's how my character works. It just doesn't get crit.
Is it a D8 or 2 D8 because of the crit?
D8.
It
2?
becomes
Okay.
2d8
damage
because it's a
dice.
crit. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Any damage dice you add gets doubled up.
It doesn't show up on my in-house damage, right?
12.
And 6.
Alright. It
You-
shows
you-
on ours.
You may need to scroll down. Sometimes it doesn't auto
Yeah, and
scroll.
it's also just a text, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's text but not the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll
That-
restart the browser, but that's my
How
turn.
do you do it?
See,
At the head.
Okay. You can see him just sort of like flailing around with the mace, trying to stop anybody from coming closer when suddenly the dagger just gets off to the side, and Cecilia goes, this guy just lets go and drops down dead. And she goes freaking out over what happened. A little bit of the blood just smears onto her face. You see eyes of fear and
His brain just
anxiety.
explodes in front of her.
She lets go. The guy stops holding her. She immediately doesn't know what to do. You end your turn.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happens she takes initiative after you. She moves behind Brakmar. And takes the
I'll
knife.
restart the browser.
Okay, go ahead. sometimes just refreshing the page works.
Yeah.
But you can do that. Rakmar, what do you do?
Yeah, I will. Bonus action, summon my echo behind that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit cramped in here, so the shadow will be cramped too, with the big axe like kinda into the wall. But it will take its own hand and just push his head into the axe.
Blade.
Yeah.
All right, Swag. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
20 to hit.
Hits.
13 damage.
Okay. You grab him, instead of the head landing onto the blade, lands down onto a shoulder blade, bleeding. Like, ah! Go ahead.
Do that again. 13 to hit.
13 hits. Go ahead. They're just wearing leather armor.
8 damage.
You do that, like, you pull it back, you do it again.
Yeah.
2 gashing wounds onto his shoulder. He suffers a total of 21 points of damage that turn.
We'll action surge.
Ooh, go ahead.
This time with my own hand, just give up. Go again.
Go ahead.
Not 20.
Oh my gosh, what is up with your rolls?
All of my luck comes for this game. Okay.
Let me have this one thing.
Yeah. And 24 damage. I will get my hand on his through my shadow's hand.
Mm-hmm.
Give up.
How do you do it?
I do just that. Stop just short of the shadow's blade from my own hand, because I pushed a bit too hard. Didn't expect that.
Okay.
His body falls. I just have still his head in my hand.
Alright. So you decapitates him, body falls down. You have this bloody like esophagus just dangling down from the neck itself.
And the head, I say, huh. I toss it at the big guy.
The big guy sees it, just sort of like dodges it and sees it, and he just flares, nostrils in front of you, and he says, "You will pay for that."
Will I? And my echo moves here.
Go ahead.
My echo moves here, and I will advance. And with my own attack, I will go like one step charge, trying to hit him without advantage now. I don't have the flanking. 17 to hit. He makes a wisdom saving throw. I'm trying to taunt maneuver.
Okay. What's your save?
Wisdom 15.
Saves, unfortunate.
Okay, he's not taunted.
No.
But he will take the 26. So 14.
Nice.
Just 14.
Just 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
It's my turn.
With that, you sort of gesture towards him. He comes closer. As he says you would pay for that, you suddenly advance. There's fear in his eyes suddenly. Your axe at your crow's beak goes towards him, and just blood gushes down the side of his face. But he still has this very furious rage going on.
Now he's intimidated. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
you're inside the cart. Your tentacles still flailing. One guy above you.
Just decapitate 2 people in 12 seconds. It's easier.
Hand on your shoulder. What do you do?
Wait, doesn't Lisbeth have the lowest initiative?
Yeah, 9. Oh no, well, there was and the tall guy had lower than.
Yeah.
I believe Lisbeth is after Brakmar. Right?
It's Enderroll on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my right hand now I have the saber, And I'm how am I grappled precisely?
It's very loose. You're not prone, but I imagined you are. Like he's holding onto your collar, just sort of preventing you from moving around. The wagon is shaking left and right. You're sort of battling each other.
So with my left hand, I pull up my Kolishmard and I just stab behind me.
Nice. Go ahead.
Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong button. Hold on. Kolishmard. Go. Nope. 8.
First one goes wide. Unfortunately, you hit nothing but air.
Second attack. Oh, Jesus Christ. 15.
Hits.
Great. That'll be 7 damage.
All right.
And my bonus action, since it's the Kolishmard, I can attack again. Oh, 12.
Hits.
Hey! 6 damage.
Nice. So he's grappling onto your shoulder. He's holding onto your collar, a little bit of it onto your hair. Your hair gets yanked. You pull out a dagger. 2 of it lands onto his leg. Yanked onto your hair even more. All right. Do you do anything else?
That's all the things I can do.
Okay. This guy is dead. Why is he still alive? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, he's dead?
He's an undead!
Didn't he? You threw the daggers at him, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his
Okay.
X mark. There you go. Above ETT. Fix your
Was
game.
absorbed into the wall.
All right. With that, then it's Lisbeth's turn.
Oh, now we're all grouped up before the enemies. Okay, well, since that is the case, I'm gonna stand up my... It can be on top of her, right?
Yes, it's a creature. It's not a creature, so it can actually be anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it
pass
over here.
through anything you wanted to.
I don't want to cover Andrew's pretty face.
Oh.
So it attacks him.
Okay. Go ahead. So it's like floating above Endrol, right?
Bull!
Oh.
Hang on. Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Go ahead.
Oh, 7. I thought that was a 1.
Okay.
It does
Right.
look like a 1.
And
10
then,
points of damage.
And then I'm gonna move up to, I guess, behind Andrew. Can I actually, say, pull her out? Or is she too high into the wagon?
She's a little bit higher than you. You can imagine she's like 4 feet above you, and she's struggling with somebody else. But you can certainly try.
Okay, then I will try. What check should I make?
Athletics check.
Huh?
Athletics?
Athletics?
Problem?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh?
20.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I just like reach my hand in there and like just try to grab any part of her, probably leg, probably wrist, probably shirt.
Okay. As you try to pull her, this guy tries to hold onto himself still, but suddenly his leg gives way and he accidentally lets go, and you're able to pull Enderol back.
Nice.
You can push her. You can pull her back 1 square. So if you move backwards, she can come down with you.
Okay, cool. Then I'll pull her down.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And I fall. No, she doesn't get here?
Yeah.
She does.
Okay. Alright.
Oh.
So that's all my action and movement.
All right. This guy in front of Brakmar grabs the guy behind him and he's like, "Get over!" He switches places without an attack of opportunity because it's a feature,
That's okay.
and
I'm cool
he
with that.
runs.
Oh, you cowards!
Oh, what?
Can my icon then make an attack of opportunity?
Oh yes, it can.
Yeah.
Oh, you cowards!
Come on, Nico, just quit. Easy.
There we
Oh,
go.
It will be.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It will be a giga crit, as you know. As I didn't use my feature yet.
Suddenly smite.
Ah, yes. 35 piercing.
Oh my gosh! How do you do it?
He said, "Go get over here." Brockmark tries to, but he doesn't because he's that fast. And then he starts to run away, and as he like turns around to start to run, the axe was already here, and as he turns, he cuts himself.
Oh.
I just
Boy. All right. He gets up to here, but ends up getting killed.
yes.
Nice.
There he goes.
There
Finally, a useful giga crit feels good.
Okay. With that, it is this guy's turn. And he sees that everything is not going according to plan. He sees the big guy get cut off, literally. He lets go of his weapons. And he says, "Stop! Stop, I'm done! Stop!" And he takes the dodge action.
Yes, you are done.
I want to yell take his money, but I'm a cleric.
Alright. And then this guy, who's still alive, sees that the other guy is giving up. He shouts towards him saying, "Coward!" And he tries to stab you twice, Brackmar, with his daggers. First one misses. Next one hits. For 7 points of piercing.
6.
He swings once, you're just glancing off your clothing and get caught into the cloth. He tries again. This time it actually does pierce through a little bit. With that is the end of his turn. Frigis, what do you do?
5, 10. I'm going to cast Misty Step.
Go ahead.
Misty Step. Misty Step. I cast Misty Step.
30 feet. No,
Yep.
correct.
Yeah, 30 feet. I am going to... Yeah. Teleport behind... Teleport behind this person. Nothing personal, kid. Stabs twice.
Omae wa mushinderu.
I always see like that fat guy with a katana and fedora. Oh my god.
Nothing personal, kid.
I'm flanking with you, so to advantage.
Yeah, it's advantage.
Advantage.
Because we don't have enough crits in this game.
We need more.
Yes.
Okay,
Close.
go ahead.
Five
8.
and 3.
8.
8.
Oh, you see them now.
Yeah, I see them now. Yay! Advantage. Second time.
Oh.
Okay.
That is unfortunate.
Shush.
That goes wide.
End my turn.
Okay. After attacking first, you pull it back, but then it scrapes against the side of the wall, and you don't make quite a connection.
Please stand down. Or else.
You saw him sort of like react towards you as that rapier hits him for the back at the back for the first time. What do you do?
Who?
Oh, Brackmar, sorry.
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah. So, the guy that just stabbed me, I say, well, we needed one alive. You made your choice. And I'm gonna put my hand closer to the metal part at the end, and kind of like a hammer, just hammer in.
Okay.
24 to hit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna reroll the damage die with Piercer. Max damage 15.
Nice. Still stands. Like his face gets bludgeoned in. Immediately, the
Okay.
side of his face swells up.
21 to hit.
Hits.
And 7 damage.
His face is barely recognizable at this point with scars and wounds, but he still stands.
Yeah, I will bonus action second wind myself and just. That's it.
All right, Enderal, what do you do?
Okay. First off, I just quickly thank Lisbeth for getting me out of there. Then I jump back into the wagon. And I let go of my illusion, but I'm kind of just approaching this guy with my college smart out, and I say, "You pulled my hair." And I'm not gonna attack him. I'm just gonna like hold him there, and just be pissed off.
He just really extends his hand outwards. He's like down on one knee. He's holding on to his wound. He just really tries to stop, but he's like, please.
On your knees now. On your knees.
He goes
now.
down onto his knees. He does. He
That's my turn.
He goes. This is what he looks like right now. Okay. All right.
Nice one.
Alright.
With that, Lisbeth, what do you do?
They're not dead yet, right?
No, two of them are still alive. Barely,
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna pull my spiritual weapon back towards where Cecilia is.
Okay.
Here. And then it's like, guys, they gave up, right? Don't have to kill them.
Some of them won't.
We're not in danger anymore.
We never were.
Always.
Well.
Always has been.
Okay.
We
But
are the
I don't-
danger.
Yeah, they've given up.
Sure.
We can use them. Don't have to kill them.
I agree.
Do you end your turn?
Yep.
Okay. With that, this guy just down on his feet, lets go of his daggers, goes to you, just really begs. He says, please, I'm sorry, please. And that's his turn, takes the dodge action.
It's the plead action.
It's the plead action, the beg for your life.
Hey, that's a kobold thing. He can do that.
Yeah. That's a kobold thing.
Bravo.
Oh yeah,
Cover,
you're
back,
right.
and
He
cry.
goes down. This guy attacks Brakmar again. Like his face disfigured, his eyes have swollen down, you can barely see the other eyeball. He just goes very weakly, swings his dagger 2 times towards you. Fighting spirit for the guy. Oh! Whoa! He crits on 1
Oh,
for only 9 points of damage.
now you just pissed him off.
What's your AC?
17.
17, right? The other one hits also for only 7. For a total of 16 slashing.
14 total because both are reduced by 1 because of the weakness.
Yes. Yes. He goes. The first one goes through really deeply. It doesn't hurt you, but it does land very nicely. The second one he pulls and just doesn't land quite as nice, but it still hurts.
With my second win, I did perfect 69 out of 70 HP, and now he got me bound down. He ruins everything. I am pissed off.
Yeah,
After the
69
the
health,
dagger
no!
stays on the dagger stays onto your brigandine, and he says just uses it as a handle to keep himself from falling. He's really like majority of his face and body is just onto your chest as he loses a lot of his energy. And with that, Frigis, what do you do? Oh, no, wait. Cecilia just runs behind, sees the spiritual weapon, and just sort of just crawls into a corner, just kneels down, both hands onto her face. And then Frigis, what do you do?
Damn.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my
I'm on fire today.
I knew this wasn't like a deadly encounter, but guys...
that's the point, right? We are never going to go down, and now we're just using all of our luck for nothing. So you should be happy.
That's true.
I'm on fire.
11.
2d4 as well.
How do you do it?
16. I cut him open.
Okay. So while he's holding on to, like, while his body's onto Brakmar, you can just feel him, like, below you because he's shorter, just sort of, like, vibrating onto your chest. As multiple rapier strokes just go down to his body, and he just eventually lets go, plops down to the ground, and you can see his back, parts of his body is melted from the acid. And with that, Brakmar, what do you do?
I removed the dagger that was used as a python in me.
You good?
Always. Throw it at the one begging, knowing that he's in good hands with Stinsky pissed off and Earl. And I will just go to Cecilia, like, see? I think we're fine.
Is it over? Is it?
Second woman we're traumatizing.
This one deserved it.
To be fair, yeah. Okay.
So, while every... sorry?
Sir.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, it's just a joke. Like, you see this dead bodies? This is what you wanted to have to be your friend.
Oh! Well said. Well said, Lisbeth.
So while all the others are kind of like gathering themselves again, I'm like up into his face, just whispering all the painful things I would do to him. I'm like right up into his ear, like I would cut off, like, you know what I mean.
Sure. Oh my
and then,
gosh.
Oh, the fight is over. Okay, out of the car, out of the wagon.
Was that vicious mockery?
I would have landed my echo to spook him more, but it's out more than 30 feet away, so it just spooks out of existence.
Okay. Make an intimidation check with advantage just to see how effective or how scary that really was towards him.
Historically, my intimidation checks haven't been great, but let's give it a try.
You are 5'2" or something.
Yeah, this one is good. 21.
Nice.
Oh, it worked very well. You can see that they're not as white as the others are because they spend more time in the sun and they do have a little bit of grime and dirt here, but he gets as pale as a ghost. Like, you see all the blood from his face begin to drain. You see him clutching onto his leg, and after telling him to jump off the cart, he really just tries. Just standing up, you see him wince in pain from the leg, but the wagon itself
kick him off.
rolls down to the ground onto the wet pavement with mixture of rain and blood
Piss.
and piss. That's true. From here, you begin to hear.
Oh shit! That was very loud.
Really loud. Sorry. Oh my god! Even for me, I almost went deaf there.
The cart exploded. Made the deck safe.
The rain begins to pour down again from above you. What does the party do? We don't need to use the scene anymore.
I kind of just wipe my blades, and I just sit on the cart, like legs folded, and observes. I'm waiting for someone else to continue
I'm
this.
gonna go to Cecilia and check on her as well.
Okay.
If Lisbeth has Cecilia, she's way better than me. This kind of thing, so just
I collect my throwing knives.
You're able to collect all of them without much trouble. None of them got lost or broken during the process. So you're able to gather all the ones that you threw.
The pouch of gold that Cecilia had, where is it now?
It's now on the cart.
Okay, I kind of just take it and I throw it to her. Like, you don't need to pay that anymore.
She still has her hands onto her face this whole time, and the rain comes down. You can see she gets really disheveled. But the coin comes through, and she sort of like regains and snaps back to reality. She's, thank you. What happens now?
We talk to this guy, I say.
All right. Just as a reminder, you saved this guy with a stabbed leg, and also Frigis saved another guy, knocked out onto the ground next to Cecilia.
That's true.
Yes, next to Cecilia.
But he's knocked out, like out cold.
I'll tie him up then, if like Frigis informs.
And go check on the big guy that tried to run.
Yeah, go check his loot.
Right.
Some info maybe.
You go towards the big guy.
Yeah.
And you check what he has on him.
I will just like lift him up by the scruff and put his body inside the cart, so in case he has like scrolls, it doesn't get wet.
Okay. You pick him up. You toss him into the cart. The cart rattles and shakes. It almost like the impact of it almost causes it to break down, but it doesn't. It still sustains itself. And from there, you hear this jangling, which is you assume to be coins, and rightfully so. You open it up, and you do find a small pouch of coins with only 25 gold pieces, which is a lot, even outside of this neighborhood. So he does have quite a bit of money on him. But aside from the gold pouch that he gets, make an investigation check.
I'm very good at those. 6.
With the 6, you don't find much else aside from a circle of keys, like a
keychain.
A keychain.
Key ring.
A ring of keys. My English fails me, but yes, a circular metal bar with like 4 keys onto it.
I wonder what that could be called.
A bunch of keys.
What you call a ring with keys? It's a keychain. Okay, you find a keychain.
Okay.
With keys.
I give it to and they're really seated, but just if I stand tall, I'm probably like at her midsection height. So I just
you give the keys to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I kind of sit there and I'm having like eye contact with this bandit that is cowering on the ground, I hope. And I kind of just flick through the keys. So he was your boss, yes?
Yes, he was my boss. Yes.
Who was his boss?
It was Sprat.
Sprat?
It was Hassan. He answered to other people.
Wait.
So Sprad, S-P-R-A-D, and
S-P-R-A-T-T, Sprat.
Okay.
Haven't we heard that name before?
Have we?
Do we?
Make a history check, everybody.
Yes, because that's what we all are good at. At least Frigis can do this.
Isaac and the Silver Dragonborn. That's the 3 guys, right?
Nice!
The 3 guys we sold the baby
I'm on
to.
fire today.
Yeah.
Woo!
So he mentions a couple of names, one of which definitely is familiar to you. He talks about Sprat, he talks about Hassan, he mentions some other names. He also mentions in passing Mavidian, which you know to be the same guy from the village of Heinfell, the guy whose soul is trapped inside the box currently.
Right.
Okay, the bad guy.
He just mentions he worked with a lot of people. We don't know. We weren't given any instructions. We were just told to do stuff, and we followed. And he gave us money.
And these keys, where do they lead?
They lead there. He points down into the street, and it looks to be it's almost like an abandoned building. Love you too. There's an abandoned building and a doorway, and there's this. Even from about 300 feet, you can see there's this big giant silver lock in front of it, like a door lock, but it's humongous, about this size of a lock.
Yeah,
dangling from the very front.
The big lock.
So, how many people can I find down there?
No one else. At least in this part, no one else. It was just us.
Now I jump down, and I get up into his face, and I put my college mart up against his throat. Really? No one?
Yes, I promise. I wouldn't lie to you. I just don't cut off my.
Okay. What do we do with this guy? I ask everyone else.
I get to
throw
go to
him in
his
the
face.
cell.
Mhm. Do you say anything, or do you just go down to his face and just stare at him?
I just stare.
I mean, he's such a pathetic little thing. Like, I don't think it would hurt to just let him go, right?
You will never see me again. I'll just go.
I could use a new servant, though. What do you guys think?
Really?
Is slavery allowed here?
You're gonna have to feed him. Is that all right?
That's true, but he's scrawny. Like, he doesn't need too much food.
I think we should put him in the cell.
Yeah, we already have enough eyes on us.
Oh,
it's probably not up to your standing, but the idea of putting him in a cell. That's nice.
Fine. I don't care.
Everybody had 6 gold.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, many.
More daggers.
Maybe you just don't have to put me in a cell. I'll disappear. I'll change the way I live. I'm gonna live a better life. I'm gonna leave.
Isn't it safer for you in the cell where perhaps the rest of the company can get to you?
Right, because now you told us everything.
They don't know me.
You're the only survivor.
They don't have to know.
Well, he and the other two.
Right, there's the guy over there. He doesn't
know anything. He sheepishly, you don't trust him without an insight check. He just pathetically says he doesn't know anything. He's dumb. He's not all there.
I'm gonna roll tight.
I said the guy on the ground. Would you kill him to go away?
What?
He hesitates a bit. He's just sort of tries to think. He's like, yes, is his answer.
In a cell.
Okay, so do we give him to the town guard, or do we check this door? I'm sure there's riches. Look at the lock.
What will we find inside?
Riches, for sure.
How about tomorrow?
Other things I can show you if you set me free.
You just said you don't know anything.
The other guy doesn't know anything. That guy, he points towards the guy that's passed out.
Your friend or something? Why are you protecting him?
No, he's dumb. So he's not gonna be able to tell you anything at all.
Useless. So I just go kill him then, and I just start walking over.
No! What you doing?
He's useless, but there's no need to kill him. Or you can see he's shaking in his boots, not very convincing, very dim-witted.
Yeah, I guess we'll call the guards. It's the right thing to do, right?
Yeah. Be reasonable for once.
I'm always reasonable. What are you talking about?
You just said you wanted to kill somebody down.
It's an intimidation tactic, Brakmar. Come on.
It's a bluff.
The conversation you've been having here is about 15 minutes in time. The rain still hasn't stopped, and the guy who's knocked unconscious still doesn't look like he's gonna come into his senses anytime soon.
Is Cecilia calm now?
Celia is calm. She gathers a bit of the coins and in front of you says, "Thank you. Does this mean my family and I are safe? Do we have to move somewhere or?"
No, but I don't think you should dabble in this kind of things anymore.
I won't. Not anymore. Definitely not for stupid boys.
Depends. If they keep records, you're in big trouble. If they don't, then you're absolutely free.
True. I don't think we're done rooting out this this dark brotherhood, if you will. But when we do, you'll be safe, I think. But for now, maybe lie low for a while.
Yeah.
Or if you are afraid, maybe you could give us a room or two to stay for free until we can root this. Until we can.
I think I can convince my father to just give you the keys to the inn for a while. We can leave it with you. You could stay there.
The keys to the inn, not just a room, but the inn itself.
We're in need of a vacation anyway. I've always wanted to visit Taruga, or maybe Viventi. So my father and I could take a vacation. We'll come back maybe 2 moons, 3 moons.
Would you mind perhaps taking our friend with you, Maria?
Oh yeah.
She also needs a bit of a break from things in here.
I think she needs more than a break. She needs a therapy.
She needs a whole new life.
She can get a whole new life in different places.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me the key.
Call the guards and
Give me the key, and I'll meet you at the Golden Goblet. Okay.
Okay. Well, here's a key. This is mine. My father has 2 more. I wish I could repay you.
I just show her the key. I just show her the key. Like, yeah, this is good.
Does this mean we are the owners now?
Just give you this anyway. She gives you the share of the gold instead.
No. You're gonna need that. Taruga is an expensive city. Okay, you take that gold and you head over there, and you'll be fine. Taruga is nice. It's beautiful. But by the sea.
You've been?
Yeah, I've been.
Okay. Then Taruga it is. He holds on to the pouch of coins, puts it on her back like a sling underneath her coat.
Okay, and send some guards this way when you see them.
Okay.
Meanwhile.
She sort of sheepishly puts it there and says, bye.
I think we should walk with her.
Yeah, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Is it okay to leave her alone?
But this door.
I'm so greedy.
5-minute walk.
We could come back later in the real. It won't go anywhere, but
later they can have changed the locks.
I'm a little.
Then I'll just break it.
The Hassan guy is gonna be down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Strong.
What if all 3 bosses are there? What do we do then?
One each.
Triple boss fight.
I don't have a lot left.
I have 2 first level spell slots left.
I get the conscious guy by the scruff, and my echo that I resummon would get the unconscious one by the scruff. Come on. If you want to be greedy, at least do it in the right order. These guys and Cecile back to the hotel and the jail. And then we see.
Fine.
You probably feel tired by the time we get to the inn and just sleep.
Most likely.
Okay. Alright. So the party gathers themselves together and grabs whatever is left behind. You have 2 captives with you, so to speak. You have the guy with 2 stab stab wounds onto the leg, and you have the other guy that Bridges had knocked unconscious. The entire time you're trying to move away, you do notice that the guy with the stab wounds off onto the side just keeps squirming and just tries to make deals and says, maybe I can do something for you. I'm skilled. There must be something.
What are you?
Life is hard. I didn't
just
want
give
this.
up. Just give up. You are not going to convince him otherwise.
After the 5th no essay, you can keep doing that all night. I have a lot of practice, and I pointed in the row.
He just sort of gestures down. Like you can see a feeling of like relentlessness that he doesn't give up in trying to convince that he should be free, but also a feeling of uh,
Ration.
I don't have an expression of it for it in English. Like the color drains from his face.
Resignation.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, like as he realizes slowly that there is no changing his upcoming fate.
Meanwhile, I'm walking behind. I'm like, it does have a point. Like we could have him do something for us.
He does. He just keeps looking at you, trying to see if you would pitch in for him or anything. But after about half an hour walk from this alleyway, as you exit, the guys that were sort of surrounding you in terms of money have now just split apart, seeing your weapons are bloodied. The mess was in the hallway. They could hear, even if it was just like 30 seconds, they still heard the mess that was going on. Nobody comes close to you this time. Like it's almost like the parting of the Red Sea. They just make way for you completely. You guys exit. They don't even take a look at you.
Have a nice evening.
Nobody responds. They just sort of look towards their own. The one guy that was like underneath the burlap sort of buries his head down, keeps his gaze away from you. You do begin to hear a thoroughfare as you exit this alleyway, even with the rain coming down. You hear a couple of people just sort of screaming, "Hey!" and a couple of people like, "Oh!" as they stalls have come into full setup. You have heard from Maria that it comes into full swing just before midnight and then ends. You can see these stalls have made a different sense of aroma in the area. Different types of food are being set out. Different types of equipment are also there. But mostly they are for entertainment purposes or hobbies, not so much adventure gear, but there are quite a few there. You might find some if you take the time, but from initial glance, it's more like a carnival than anything. Eventually, you pass through this crowd, making your way through. You have the guy, you're pulling one of the guys, or like he's trying to break free from you in the crowd, but Brakmar's there. He can't really do that. But nobody pays you attention because of how crowded it is. And you're just sort of pulling him through. And eventually, you do arrive back into the Golden Goblet, where you are safe and dry.
We need to deliver these two thugs first.
Oh.
There's still guards around the Golden Goblet, I think. Okay, it's been like 2.5 hours since like the terrorist attack against one of the 4 council members.
It's probably like a huge team of investigators and forensic experts and
is what you would expect. But right now, as you get back, there's only one guard in duty in front of it left.
That's enough.
Here you go. 2 criminals.
He's a pretty dark-skinned guy. Like his arm, you can see his very clear cleft chin. He goes like, "Oh, what about? What do they do?"
They're with the lady who murdered the people inside.
Yes. They are murderers.
The other guy says, "No, I'm not a murderer. I've never killed anybody in my life.
It's okay. It's okay."
I'm sure there's like a proper what's it called due process in this town. You'll be fine. Just get a nice lawyer, all right? Bye-bye.
As soon as you grab the guy, you can see that he gets pushed onto this guy who's relatively burly, and he just smacks him on the side of the face with his gauntlet. And the guy just goes, I don't deserve this, is what he keeps shouting. But he does get dragged away, and he disappears deeper into the east side of the city, past the Golden Goblet.
I'll help him. Like the guard, since there's like another body that is limp, somebody else will need to come anyway, so I'll just come and...
Okay. So you disappear with him. He followed towards the eastern path, traveling towards the citadel. The rest of you?
I start prestidigitationing me. helping also Elizabeth and Fridges. Just make sure we look good and smell good before we enter.
Mhm.
And when I enter, I just walk straight behind the bar, as if I own the place, and start taking inventory and grabs a bottle of wine.
Bunley is
I mean-
behind the counter. You can see that he's still writing some stuff down. There is no longer a mess here. You could see some remains from the darts the night before, some scratches onto the other pieces of furniture. But the tables have been put back. Everything has been put into place. The broken pieces of glass have been swept away. But Bunley was still behind the counter, and he looks at you as you come closer and just sort of, welcome back. And then he
Hey.
gets pushed back as you sort of just grab a bottle of wine, and then how things, and then Cecilia comes through and says, don't worry, Dad, I have a plan. And he's like, did everything go according to? And he's like, yes, I'll tell you all about it later. And he is like, I'm just glad you're safe.
No.
And just holds his daughter's hand, just kisses her by the reverse palm. What do you call this area?
The behind
Kisses her
the
backhand.
Yeah, kiss her
Reverse
here
palm,
on
I like it.
the reverse palm.
Top of the hand.
The top of the
Yeah.
hand, yes. He kisses Cecilia by the top of the hand. Says, "I wouldn't know what to do without you." And they just sort of disappear off into a corner. Yeah.
Before they disappear, I'm like, I don't want to ruin the moment, but I'm gonna need to know where your books are, like your books, like your accounting and everything.
Oh.
It's in my room. What do you need it for? And then Cecilia's just like, Dad, just give it. He's like,
Yeah, I think we need to let them.
I can show you in the morning if
Okay.
need be.
Okay. You want some wine? I put 2 glasses, pour them a little bit. Enjoy.
You can visibly see him rub his temples. Like, no,
On the
thank
house.
You. They disappear off into the staircase on the left side of the building, and as they're going up, you can see Bunley like pulling her down to his height and just, Cecilia, what have you done? And then Cecilia says, don't worry, Dad, it's okay. And they just disappear off into the shadows, arguing with one another.
Well, I will have this wine then for a new business.
Cheers. This went way better than I had imagined.
After
Did
a
we
few
just
moments,
seriously took over his business?
Well,
temporarily.
temporarily.
For a short while, we're only taking care of this place while they're on a holiday.
Exactly.
Exactly.
after like half a glass of your wine, Brackner comes back in like soaking wet.
Wine?
No,
You need some cleaning?
not by you.
Oh, come on!
By me?
If you, yeah, you can do the. Yes, please.
But I did the
Thank
exact same thing!
Different source.
Oh, come on!
Don't touch me.
It's okay,
And-
Bridges. You can help me clean up this. Please.
Okay. You're clean now.
Thanks.
After a few moments of interacting with one another, you hear the floorboards of the staircase creak once more, going as a couple of footsteps come down, and you see Maria in her nightgown, sort of looking at you, and gives you a very weak smile, and he says, "Oh, I'm glad you've all come back. I thought you wouldn't return," but with a slight smile in her face. After everything you've been through, she's developed a level of confidence with you guys.
Why?
I think I join you, yes. She actually does come down and pushes a glass of wine towards. So, how did it go? Takes a sip.
Well, where to begin? We
You might
We
want to
did good
sit down.
Okay.
Lisbeth, you can talk. You know how to be nice.
Well, You know that we went to help with Cecilia, right? So we've kind of settled that problem for her. Obviously, there was a lot of
Wow,
blood.
guys, those weapons we bought, they don't even have one chip on them.
Yes.
Crazy. I'm just cleaning my weapon.
So now, Miss Cecilia and her father is planning to live down for a while to calm down, I suppose.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, would you like to join them? I hear they're going to. I look to
Horuga.
Ezreal. Tortuga?
Horuga.
Toruga.
She raises her head up a little bit. Her eyebrow visibly goes up. She goes, "Oh, I wouldn't like to impose. I've heard it's a nice place, but I'd hate to be a
No.
burden to them on their journey."
We insist. You need a holiday by the sea.
Make a persuasion check.
Is Toruga a place with the beach in the real?
Yeah, it's by the sea, and I rolled an 11.
Oh, well, she's not very convincing, so she's like,
We've already asked Cecilia, and she's certain that you won't be a trouble for her family. Seems like she has a plan over there.
Maria, do you not like sand? Is it because it's coarse and rough and irritating?
And it gets everywhere.
I'll give it some thought, in which case. I have always wanted to travel, and I do have a bit of money set aside. I might take you up on that offer. I'll think over it through the night.
Perfect. In the meantime,
But
you're
she
welcome to
looks
stay here.
convinced. We'll see.
And
You can
we're
see
already making it his place. On the house.
Suddenly the proposition of the first one sounds a lot sweeter than staying here. So what you've dealt with them, what are your plans now?
Well, tomorrow morning we have an appointment with the merchant on the
Lord
west
Killing's
gate. We don't know what it is about yet, but I'm sure it'll be a lucrative experience.
Oh, I'm sure if the merchant has taken interest to you, then that can only mean good things.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of us, you know.
Good. Who are you?
I mean us. I mean the people, not one of the. And then she looks at you and says, "Ah." Well, he knows what's good and what's good for simple people like us.
Okay, I think I understand.
I think she means he's a woman.
No,
What?
no, that's not what I meant at all. It's just that he hasn't had an easy life growing up, and he's only gotten to his position after hard work and a bit of fortune. But he knows what it's like to live a life like one of ours.
Then she doesn't. Put it in there.
Well, you know,
Go ahead.
that's like I just trail off. I don't have anything to say to that.
She tries to save face. She says, "Well, you are pretty nice, though. I must admit."
Thank you. You're pretty nice too.
She gives you a smile, a very weak one. Well,
Speaking of which, oh yeah.
uh-huh.
No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
had nothing else to say. Go ahead.
Speaking of which, I take off my fancy hat and I put it on the table. There's a limit to how many magic items you can be attuned to. Does anyone want this hat of clairvoyance?
We should burn it.
What?
What?
Why?
Pragma, no.
It's magic.
No, it's a good magic. It's my kind of magic, you know.
Wait, when did you get that, or have you always had that?
Oh, I have had it for a while. We got
Okay.
it back in Glen.
With Meridian.
That was
You
before
were
I-
here, Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Heinfeld.
Heinfeld.
Okay.
It was
It's
on
the
Meridian.
captain's hat.
Yeah.
What?
The captain you
what is that?
assassinated, which was picked up by Mavidian, that you defeated and eventually went to Enderal.
Yeah.
That
The
was
guy in
one
the box.
session I didn't join, right?
The guy in the box.
You were there when they happened, but you probably didn't know who he was yet.
Oh, okay. DM, the +1 battle axe I have is not attunement, right? Does that
No.
count towards the? Like,
You don't need to attune +1 battle axe.
Then I'll say like, well, if you don't mind, I
Oh.
can hold on to it for you.
Yeah, if you want it, you can use it once per day to cast clairvoyance.
I know it. Okay. So that's just normal.
That looks good on you.
But it visibly clashes with her clothing. A red hat with a white feather and like
the
silver
armor.
plate.
Yeah, doesn't she have a helmet?
Yeah, she does.
No helmet.
Okay, I'm removing it from my inventory now, so
Red
I don't have it anymore.
hat. Can I just pull this in? No?
I think you go to manage inventory and write captain, then you find it.
Captain's hat, I think.
Yep.
Wait, Captain.
Well, it looks like you guys have a big day ahead of you. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. And things might have been very different from what I'm used to, it's true, but I can only imagine it would have been worse with the alternative. And she mentions towards the sewer situation and says, cheers to every one of you.
Yes.
She takes it, and you can see her glasses like full, and she goes downs it in one go.
Good. I pour her another one.
No, thank you. Like, she covers it, and a bit of the wine splatters on top. It's okay. I've had my fill for tonight. I'd rather rest. I'm quite tired.
Me too, actually.
Unless anybody stops her, she disappears back upstairs and then goes off to bed. What does the rest of the party do?
About this
Should we take some
thing
watch?
tomorrow.
Should we take turns for watch?
Oh, we're safe.
Oh
here.
yeah, the watch. I mean, I could take second watch because I only need 4 hours of sleep.
Okay, you three keep watch. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, we should be good. But more importantly, what's about this meetup tomorrow morning?
Yes, it's the merchant. He said he had a job for us.
You wanted to go to the big house with the lock?
Oh yeah,
tomorrow?
yeah, of course. But
And
this is
we
in the
could wake
morning.
up early.
That's why I said we should do. Let's go back and do it now. We've had a short rest now, so
You have.
Yeah.
It's still kind of risky though.
Yeah, let's go. I have it. Let's go. I agree with Fendero.
Perhaps if we
That's a real gamble. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe they might move something. Let's go now.
It's not that far. It's about 30 minutes walk.
All right then.
Okay.
Andrew, lock the doors, will you?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, let me short rest.
Yeah, everybody can short rest if you haven't yet. You eventually gather yourselves. Go ahead. Sorry.
We didn't get any spells back. What is this?
Not
the life of a long rest spellcaster. You do get your bardic back.
Oh, nice.
That's true.
Okay. Eventually, you do close the Golden Goblet once more. You go back into the streets of the West Plaza. You go back to where the pathway Cecilia had shown you, and as you come back towards the alleyway, you can see that the people have gathered together and have bought some materials, possibly from the coin that you had spent in. So you could see the entrance. There are a lot of trinkets and accoutrements that have gathered through. You could see some mortar and pestles onto the ground. You could see some small lock boxes there. You could see the parent. If I didn't mention earlier, there was one lady who was a parent with 3 children. There are now a couple of books on top of her, in front of her area, but they don't pay you any mind as you travel towards the right path and back into the area where you fought a couple of the members of the
Grim Company?
Grim Company.
Brotherhood?
That's correct.
Oh, right.
You go towards there. The corpses are still there. Not much has been moved. It looks like everybody hasn't touched it at all. And you go towards the area where there is a very, very, very big lock. And who has the key? Okay, it's with Enderal. And there's 4 keys, but obviously the biggest one is the only one that would fit here. And you put it in, and you make an Arcana check.
Arcana check. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm just near her, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
Okay, with the 16, this just lets you know that this was a lock that has imbued with Arcane Lock. And this is the key, corresponding key, that has been imbued with Knock. So that means it's the only way to open it is to dispel it or to use the specific key on the specific lock.
So now a loud sound appears, right?
None at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh. A subtle spell knock.
Okay, I open the door.
You open the doorway. It's very big of an area. It doesn't have any rooms. It's like a studio apartment. You enter, and you could see some boxes that are pushed off to the side, some sleeping quarters that have been scattered at the corner of a room. There are there's 2 tables that have been pushed together to make a long table. You assume this is where they would eat and converse. And on that table, you notice a safe box on top of it. But the thing that strikes out to you the most is that in the very center of this room, you can see that the floorboards has been dug through. So you can see pieces of wood have been opened up, and the floorboards are scraped down, and it's a very similar situation to the bottom of the silver spoon. There's a ladder that leads downwards.
Of course.
And you don't know where it goes. Well,
we know where it goes.
Yeah.
Is there a ladder on this one?
Yes, there is a ladder on this one.
You guys check the box.
Okay. I check the box.
Okay.
I go down.
As you check the box, this one is locked. You finagle yourself with a couple of the keys. You do find the right one eventually. And as you open it, you can see it filled to the brim with silver coins.
I close it again and lock it and stash it.
Would this place be connected to the sewers?
Yeah, I think that's where Brackmar is going right now.
Do you see anything?
Brackmar, as you went down and you hear Fritz's voice echoing down towards you as it gets amplified in a small acoustic area.
Don't be so loud!
It echoes back into the room. You land on the bottom of it, and it feels like slush. Like it's not a very solid footing, but you can smell a familiar scent from when you left the silver spoon. The almost like phosphorus ammonia coming from the very bottom. There's no light here, but your dark vision allows you to see everything in shades of gray. And from here, even without a perception check, you can hear the sound of running water.
Yeah. I try to just look around until I see the pavement we would see in the sewers. Like the sewer system proper.
Sure.
I look until I see that or something else first.
Right now, from where you are as you come down, there's only one direct path, and it leads southwards from here.
Then I will have my echo 15 feet in front of me.
You travel for about 6 seconds, going 30 feet or 60, depending on how fast you're trying to go. But it looks like
40.
40, yeah, 40. It looks like it travels a lot farther than 300 feet. And no concrete yet.
What? What did it say?
Be right back.
What does the rest of the party do while Brackmar ventures down south?
Lisbeth, Do you think they keep those tiefling children around here somewhere?
It's very quiet in there, right? Yeah. Do we hear any sounds?
I hear them quite clearly, actually.
Oh, we heard them.
Oh wait, you mean there are sounds of babies around here?
Oh no! I thought you meant can you hear
Okay.
Robin? No, there's no sounds of babies around.
So I was like, well, unless they drug them in and keep them in bottles, I don't think they're around here. But it's worth
You
searching.
keep babies in bottles?
That's
I
a
mean,
morbid
like,
thing to say, Lisbeth.
because it's like so quiet.
Is there anything else to this building that we're in?
Is there anything interesting in the room we're in?
Aside from the saddlebags, the table, the lockbox, there are the boxes in the corner of the room. Most of them are left open, but you haven't gone through and inspected them. But you can if you want.
We want.
We'll start there.
Enderal, Frigis, and Lisbeth go closer towards the boxes, and they are similar to the ones that you were hired to transport. It has that similar build. It has similar bearing off into a corner. But one thing strikes him attention towards the rest of you. Everyone roll for perception except for Brackmar.
Perception. Alright, my luck has ran out. 7.
21.
Decent.
Nice.
Okay. So it looks like Frigis and Robin, Frigis and Enderal can both take a look at the boxes. And to Frigis, it just looks like all the boxes that they've carried earlier. But to Enderal and Lisbeth, as you look down, you notice a definite pattern. The ratio of about 5 to 1 or 4 to 1. The others are sort of like sanded or washed down from all the powder that gets put in here. So it's a lot smoother on the inside, whereas the others, they show quite a few signs of scratch marks from within. But with Lisbeth looking through, you notice one specific box has bloodstains to a corner of it. Like dried blood, so it's like dark blue.
Dark blue? Who has blue blood?
Only because it's dried.
Okay.
On wood.
Well,
Doesn't look good.
Yeah. So it's dried. That means there's probably also no smell to it. So it means it's quite a while. How much blood?
This one doesn't show like
a baby's worth of blood.
Yeah, no. Is it just blood like your scratches, or blood as like being stabbed?
It looks like the type of. The only ratio I can imagine that would be clear is like, you know, when you make a blood pact and there's like a scar here and you flick it to the wall. That's how much it looks like.
Oh, so it's a splatter, just a tiny amount. Yeah. Okay.
With some pooling at the bottom, but not a significant amount, not for enough.
When you splatter in the movies or in real life? Then it's like 3 drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lisbeth, what I'm thinking is if we met them down there when we delivered the tiefling baby, and they bring it up here, then the people outside must know something, right?
People outside, you mean?
Yeah, those beggars, those homeless people. They must know something. Must have seen something or heard something.
BRB while they go murder some people again.
I suppose we would be able to give them a bit of information. We probably would need to incentivize them, but being beggars, we need to be very careful, because if we give them something too nice, they might start lying for more.
That's true. So, an ancient philosopher once said, "It's better to speak nice and carry a big stick," or something like that.
That is.
You know what I mean?
Who is this philosopher? I've never heard about that saying before.
You know, I didn't pay much attention in school, but you know.
Aristotle? Or
is it
Pluto?
Aristotle, right? He's a turtle, I believe.
Pluton, I think it was.
That gives me ideas.
He is now.
Jots down note.
I think you should go and interrogate some people, but in like a friendly way.
Maybe we should single one of them out.
Well, we don't need to do it right now. We can wait until the morning too.
But the morning we have a meeting with the merchant, though.
True, but this is like a side quest kind of thing, and the merchant will be our main quest for a while. Yeah. Okay.
Is Bregmar back?
No.
As you're traveling through a thing,
you
shout down towards Brakmar. I know he can hear me. He just probably can't talk back yet. He has like wireless headsets. So you guys focus on these boxes for a while. You wonder where Brakmar is, and you're shouting, "Brakmar, where are you?" You hear it echo back upwards a little bit. He says, "Oh, he wasn't wearing it." he shouts to you a little bit like, "Be right back." So Brakmar, as they were looking at the boxes, you traveled further south. It takes you about 5 minutes to get down and travel about 450 feet. You eventually do see an opening into the sewers with parts of the wall have been smashed through, and the floor slowly turns from what looks to be like sludge into a stone floor. And you see the running water, streaks of silver, exactly the same as you've been in before. But this is a different spot of it. It's not familiar to you, but it's the same general vicinity.
Yeah. Where is all that silver coming from?
Yeah, I've confirmed what I thought. I'm just gonna turn around.
Okay. As you guys wait for Brakmar to come back upwards, you hear this as this heavy guy almost breaks the ladder coming back upwards. And
Brakmar?
Yeah.
Okay.
You are all now back into the room with a giant box of silver coins.
About 1,200 babies.
Lisbeth, that's where they keep them, down in the sewer.
I'm joking.
What?
The sewers.
I punch Brakmar as hard as I can, dealing -1 damage.
-2.
-2, that's right.
Don't joke about stuff like that. Okay, so we have a plan. After we're finished with whatever the merchant wants us to do tomorrow, we come back here and we start interrogating these homeless people. They must have heard or seen something.
If someone knows, then the guy we put in jail will know more. Why do you want to?
Sure, I didn't think about asking him.
We know where he is. I know.
Yeah, good. I'm sure we can get access to him in jail or something.
Oh wait, did we get their names? We did not.
People.
And we could ask the guard like, "Hey, we want to interrogate some people. It's those 2 guys we found somewhere in the ghetto before. I don't fucking know."
I know where the place I brought them in. Probably. If we go tomorrow, in the early evening.
Brakmar, you know that the place you took them was the west entrance to the Citadel, and that's also where you've been summoned tomorrow morning.
That, yes.
Okay.
Speaking of the merchant, are we going to mention any of this to him at any point?
Well,
Probably not.
Like he seems like a man of the people, whatever that means. But I don't see like why we should mention it. This is kind of like our little investigation, you know.
All right.
Maybe we should. Maybe we should wait our choices first, like see his moves first, and if he and us clicks, and we can share our info.
Exactly.
Okay, understandable.
Let's go sleep so we can get to the boring stuff tomorrow.
Oh, this one, by the way, I hold up the lockbox full of silver coins.
Maybe we should take these.
It's very heavy.
Okay.
It's very heavy.
I imagine.
I have one of my own. Like a lot.
0 coins.
But you can't open it? I have a crowbar if you want.
No. I have the key for it, but it's
Oh.
very heavy, and I hold it up to Brakmar.
You want me to carry it? You can just
I
ask. I'm
see.
not your servant. I take it.
Right, let's go back.
No shit, she doesn't understand of the people. They just mumble.
All right. After a while, it does take you a bit of time here. You near the end of the festival as you go back towards the Golden Goblet. You know that a lot of people have been celebrating the end of this month, the month of beginnings, as they say, and they now have focused onto what looks to be a performance of some sort. You could see two interpretative dancers just put up onto the middle of a makeshift stage, just a couple of tables put on top, and they're wearing very, very different clothes from yours. It's not exactly anything you've seen before, even from visitors of a different continent, such as, well, you're from Taruga, which is not much like Goldenvale. They are very dressed differently, and there's this music that's playing in the background by some people wearing very strange instruments. It's close to what Oriental outfits would look like, but not quite. But it's definitely different from things that you're used to. And this music plays in the background. They're dancing, and you're not sure if one is male, one is female, and they look to be fighting, but it's an interpretative dance of fighting. And to everyone else, it just looks like a martial arts show. But to Enderal, you see the story of like love and conflict of two lovers not meant to be and all that nonsense. And it's absolutely beautiful to you. But after a
Wow.
while, it does end, and they disappear into the crowd as they've done their performance.
That was amazing, guys.
Clap, clap,
Guys?
To the others, they just look like a kung fu show off.
That was pretty nice. You should take notes, really.
Yeah, absolutely. The passion in the movements and how they express themselves without words. Oh, beautiful.
What?
Express what?
No, I think you missed the point. The point was when the first one attacked, the other defended. That's pretty cool.
Well,
I do appreciate the choreography in general, though.
Towards the Golden Goblet. Now with a key to the Golden Goblet itself, the place itself is rather quiet, and you feel now, after the adrenaline wears off, the intensity of the past few days. Everybody feels tired, you're winded, even mentally you're tired because you've used all your spell slots, and you're happy to be back home. So you eventually go up the staircases, and you go towards your own separate high quality rooms. You're not sharing a room this time, as you all have high exclusive areas. And a single bedroom is enough for somebody to run and do calisthenics in with ease. It's a pretty big area. So everybody gets their own space, and finally Brakmar fits inside a bed quite comfortably, not having his toes dangling at the bottom of the bed. This
Strange
time,
bed.
you're not used to it, that's for sure. Enderal gets left her own devices. She puts down her bow and her stuff and begin to rest. Lisbeth does the same as she doffs her armor. Frigis gets a cup of coffee from the corner that was left behind by the owner. Brakmar gets to finally rest in a very comfy bed. The night goes rather uneventful. You could hear the occasional noise from the outside as the people are still celebrating, but it does climax towards the end, and then there's nothing but silence left and peaceful sleep. What will happen to our party of adventurers the following day? When they meet Lord Grantham, or will they meet Grantham? What do they have in store? What job is being offered, and who are the members of the Grim Company. We'll find out next time when we play. Thank you for coming.
Yay,
and I'm glad that Robin was able to make it. I was worried about Skeleton, but hey, at least for now it's okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks for running.
GG.
That was awesome. I'm
Yeah.
happy
A bit
we
rusty,
got
but
around the place.
that was pretty fun. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for playing.
Bye.
Alright. And to those who are watching on YouTube and also on Twitch, thank you so much for joining us. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. So next session, we're going to be meeting the merchant and see how that turns out. Hopefully, it'll be in 2 weeks' time, alternate Tuesdays. And if it changes, well, I'll update the schedule. Alright, thank you so much. Take care and bye-bye.